So today, what I'm going to be speaking about is the plight of local skilled Naga workers in Nagaland. Oh yes, it's Cologne. It's nice to meet you, buddy. Yep, I hope everything's going well out there. So I'm going to be, speaking about skilled workers, and I think you're also one of the skilled workers here in Nagaland. Um, I suppose you're into food and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, so guys, I'm just gonna wait for a little bit when people show up, and I hope you guys can hear me here. All right, I know Instagram folks can hear me. All right, okay. How about Facebook? Okay, all right. Okay, good evening, people. I hope your evening is going well. This podcast is going to be my 25th and still going. Today, I intend to speak about the burning issues in the state of Nagaland. And it's basically from my observations over the past a year and a half that I've been here. And I hope to shed some light on some of my observations here regarding the plight of skilled Naga workers in Nagaland. With the whole post-pandemic situation in Nagaland, many people seems to, be coming back home from, their workplaces, their schools, universities, and so on. Many people seems to be like coming here for good or, temporary stay here. But anyways, they're still coming here. For example, students, professionals, skilled workers who are living outside the state or the region or, the country. So all of us here are here to stay, and we need to do something about it. What we need to do is we need to, garner some kind of a momentum where, if we're going to stay here, I think, it's better to stay in a place where, things are working here. So I think that's the whole point that I want to get across. I'd also like to point out that the non-residents and immigrants from other parts of India are also pouring in this part of the country. Yeah, I want to emphasize that non-locals from Nagaland are on the higher percentage of incoming immigrants. Be it legal or be it illegal, most of them are, non-locals. So, for example, I was flying from Calcutta to Nagaland, and I happened to me and my folks were pretty much the minority. I think it was about 5 or 6 of us from Nagaland, and the whole the whole plane was packed with non-locals. So that is something that kind of surprised me. But anyways, so I want to emphasize that. Okay. I suppose the pandemic is still not fully suppressed here in India. Why? Because, we don't seem to be following much of the rules, be it by the CDC, or the World Health Organization, or, even like our state, laws when it comes to, taking care of ourselves. So let's all just wait for the vaccine patiently. And, in the meantime, let's, be safe. Okay, folks? All right, okay. Okay, Vibor. Hi, Vibor. Okay, I sent a request to be in your live video. How do I say yes? Okay, all right. Okay, I think somebody's live here. He's one of my friend, my old friend from my old school. Nice to meet you, brother. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, man. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you?
Long time, man.
Yeah, it has been a while. Yes.
Where are you?
So I am in Nagaland in India.
Man, that's good. I thought you were in Australia.
You are in Mali?
I'm in Ghana.
Ghana. All right. Okay. How's the situation there? Regarding the lockdown and all that stuff out there.
Lockdown is over, man. Lockdown is over.
Okay. Okay.
And the
I cannot hear you. All right. I think the line is not very clear. Okay. So, Vibor, you can just text here. Okay. I'll just move ahead with my message here. Please feel free to comment, guys. Leave your, opinions, and I'll get back to you, and I'll try to, answer your questions. Okay, guys. All right. Okay. So I believe he's in Ghana, and I think the lockdown is like pretty much over out there. So it's kind of like in India as well, where everybody's kind of like in their normal routine. Nevertheless, with that said, I want to talk about some of my observations and frustrations actually living here in Nagaland. So I'm currently the chairman of a small private, nonprofit school, which has actually just started. Okay, so I'm currently actually sort of like overseeing some of the construction works that's been happening in my school. And for some reason, like a lot of things I have observed, the work culture and everything here, and it's sort of, I wanted to point this out, particularly about the work ethics, and also, how, there's such less local laborers that I can rely on, because it really helps if you have local laborers to communicate, to kind of like, be a part of this, professional workers mindset. Okay, guys, we have Vibor here again, who wants to join the video. Vibor, you have a couple of minutes. Okay, I'll let you in. Wait, Vibor wants to be in this live video. All right, okay. Okay, all right. Anyways, guys, let me just go ahead. So with that said, I'm currently seeing a couple of construction work for my school. And while I was on the lookout for masons, so masons in India or in Nagaland, you would say Pakka Mistri. Okay, Mistri is literally a mason. So it seems to me that the locals are a rarity. It's a rare gem. It's almost like finding a needle in a haystack. That's how bad it is here. And I'm sure there are some locals who do mason work, or in other words, you would say a pucka mystery, right? So while I was asking around, so I did put up my ads in my, Facebook, and I did put up like even in my WhatsApp story regarding how I was looking out for local masons. I happened to actually come across one local Naga Mason. Okay. Unfortunately, he was caught up with other assignments. So he had assigned me some of his co-workers. But unfortunately, he assigned some of his co-workers for making my bamboo fence. Okay. So my brick work had to wait for a little bit. What I've observed here is that I think the locals here in Nagaland are expert in working with wood, bamboos, arts and crafts, weaving, etc. Because while I was working with them, I found out that the quality and the speed of the local workers were impeccable. Like it was par excellence. Okay. Another example was when me and my family, we got two carpenters for our home. They were from the village area. Okay, so they stayed here, they worked here for a little bit. Their quality, their speed, their dexterity, of their work was par excellence again. So I began to question, why are our own skilled workers such a rarity? This actually gave me a concern. Okay, we have Toto here. Hello, Toto. Thanks for joining in. I hope you can hear me. Okay, I hope you can hear me in Facebook because I know folks from Instagram can hear me here. Feel free to comment, guys. All right, okay. So yes, it is such, the local workers are such a rarity, and especially the skilled ones too. So where are our local masons or mysteries, you would call it, or contractors, road construction workers? Where are our plumbers? Where are the electricians, local electricians and so on and so forth? The list goes on, why are others taking away our jobs? Why the majority are outsiders when we are so much better, so much faster, and we don't need to tell the local laborers this and that, as long as you tell them like this is how it's going to be done. Yeah, they do it, and they do it very efficiently. Okay, whereas non-locals usually needs a lot of assistance, a lot of overseeing, because usually they're not well educated, they're not well skilled, and most of them are legal as well. So yeah, this kind of kept me actually thinking, why are they taking away our jobs? Okay, why are the majority not the locals but the other? Okay, so that's sort of a big concern, I think. I think the central government of India also, I think, okay, has a lot of schemes, contracts, yeah, and all that kind of sort. I think it's schemes, okay, initiatives for skill development programs. You have schemes which should be very helpful to our local talents, okay, because we're very talented, I think. You know, I've also not come across, a local or a group of locals who are making the new four-lane road in Dimapur. Okay, I've not, traveled much to Kohima, so I'm not very credible for this, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm very, very very certain actually about my claim on this, that I haven't seen any local group of workers or, people out there who are working, in the road construction of the four lane. I've also not seen or met a local Naga Tikadar. Okay, guys, so I'm telling all this purely based on my experience for the first 1.5 year here in Nagaland. Okay, and for example, a local man was sent by a non-immigrant tikadar or a contractor in my house and in my school. So locals are working under non-local contractors who are not even educated, who do not even have a degree, who do not, understand the basic language, basic culture, our tradition and all that, and they come and tell us what to do, which is fine. I'm fine for any workers who are credible, and I'm actually fine for people who are working and who wants to work. It's fine with that. But it was just kind of a little it was kind of like an eyesore where I saw a local man who was being sent by a non-immigrant contractor or tikadar in my house and in my school. So anyways, that's the whole narrative that I want to point out here. The majority of the paid workers are mostly uneducated. I've already said that. Non-locals who come in search of green pastures and are making hefty profits in Nagaland. I'm doing a little bit of construction work, just a little bit for my school, and with that experience, they're getting paid a lot, whereas a normal, paid salaried, professional would be getting much lesser, than many of the workers, laborers, or mysteries, contractors, any other work, right? So it seems to me that all our money is going back to their place. You know, I have a love for my place, and I love the place where I'm from, and I think coming to have to experience seeing all the money that is going back to the workers' place. They're not even investing here. So where is the economic profit here? Where is the economic progress? I don't see it much. So yes, the money that is being reaped here in Nagaland is going back to other places, and it's not staying here. Money revolves, right? Money goes around, but it should come back to us. Okay, I think that's the point that I actually wanted to drive here. It is because so basically why they're taking advantage, or not. I won't say advantage, but it's just pure out of our lack of sight. I think. It's because now they know that, we locals are not willing to put the effort to go the extra mile. They also know that many of us are not very consistent in our work ethic. And, this again drives home, that the importance of, work ethic needs to be embraced in our society. I think, dignity of labor, the appreciation of, any work given, any time should be appreciated, and should be given a tap in the back to anyone. So I think it's about time that locals from Nagaland need to tighten up our acts together, focus on the long term, be self-sustainable economically. Economically means that you build your personal financial security, right? Your financial savings as well. Learn a trade or two, right? Don't be afraid of getting your hands dirty, of any kind of work per se. Put aside your pride. I think this is very important, and this goes for me as well. I think the fact that I'm saying this should come out from me as well. So I think, let me just put it this way. I will take the initiative to put my pride, my comfort zone aside, and appreciate any kind of work, right? So I wanted to say this actually, that the dignity of labor should be our slogan for the young and the old, right? And for the future of Nagaland. Okay, so I think let's just try to crank up this unlimited potentials that we have within our local body, and let's try to initiate some of the skills that needs to be harnessed, and harness inside of you, harness inside of me, and let's take the wheel from here. So anyways, guys, I think I've driven my point here, but I hope you guys enjoyed my podcast, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me or comment down below. I will get back to you in my next podcast. All right. Okay, guys, have a good evening.